Oh yes, this is man of science. Many of you are operating under false misapprehension about the nature of the differences between myself, MOS, and Pre-Med 2. Let me put it this way. I'm the one with a massive penis. I have to use 2 hands because it can get away with me like a fire hose. And I'm not talking about a penis because it's a metaphor for those of you that know there is such a word and understand its meaning. Hopefully, this will not go over your head. Now, let's talk about a few things that differentiate Pre-Med 2 from myself. First of all, I am utterly brilliant, and he's a fool. How am I utterly brilliant? Well, you're not intelligent enough to understand the difference between my brilliance and his, but I will tell you a few things that will demonstrate at least the notion that I am so much more brilliant and that you should care. First off, when I was in high school, that's right, in high school at age 4, I developed a game called, here's the prototype, Labyrinth. Actually, the prototype was called Escape. They had actually taken the name. It was a game where you build a maze out of tiles. Let's go ahead and open this up. This is the prototype. See these tiles? Hello, hello. Yes, a whole bunch of them. But this is the actual product that's sold by mail order nationally and internationally. Labyrinth Gamma Games. Where's the Gamma Games? Yes. Now, what's so amazing about this? Well, what's so amazing about it is I designed the box. You see how it folds and all? And I designed the plastic insert. Let's see if we can show you that. The plastic insert right over here. Yes. These are the rules. These are the rules. And I designed the holder. This is fucking brilliant. And Pre-Med 2 couldn't have done this. Look at this. I actually worked with a die cutter on this and showed him how to do it. See that? Look at that. That's fucking brilliant. And then the tiles go in here. Yes. Look at that. Whoa! Man of science. I'll put all these tiles in there. I'll show you how the whole game works. Yeah. You'll be fucking impressed with me. That motherfucker doesn't know shit, man. When he was 4 years old, he was just drooling, and he wasn't even good at that. Okay, here we go. I'm trying to get these all in there. Yeah. Oh, look at that. You see? Those are the tiles like that. And then what happens is you take them together, you put them in, and make a maze. Okay? Yeah, let's see, like this. You see? Look at this. You see, you put them together, and the idea was to escape, you see, because what you were in the maze with these little things here. These are nylon spacers that keep circuit boards apart. When you make them nylon, what you can do is you can dye them. Yeah, when I eventually made this, I had some chemistry knowledge, and I came up with the idea of using dye to make different colors. It was brilliant. These cost like less than a penny a piece because they just mass-produce them. Ooh-ah! And what about these tiles? They're also brilliant because I invented organic chemistry. You see, I didn't know about organic chemistry, but my mind, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Sometimes I just can't stand it. I'm jealous of myself. You see, each of these tiles is unique. It's based on a permutation pattern. Oh, just like organic chemistry isomers are. What the fuck are isomers? I don't know. You should not care. You should just be saying, brilliant man of science. I'm the one. I'm the one that did all this. And anyway, you see what happens is they're mirror images. Well, if you ever heard of chirality and shit, I invented that before there was organic chemistry. And when I started taking organic chemistry, I said, I've invented all this! I dropped something. It's my coffee mug. Oh, it's his coffee mug, that fucking bastard. There should be MOS on this. Ah! So I did that. Permutations, mirror images, chirality, it all came to me. And then, I was watching To Be Serious, and it was about symbolic logic. And here's what happened, you know. I was really into a game called Mastermind. Mastermind was like this game where you had these colored pegs, and you got to figure out the order and shit. And I thought, God, it's just, there should be a way to do this. So I came up with a system of symbols for, yes, symbols, in which you could like work out like the probabilities of like what's going to happen. And I didn't just do it like logically. I did it also with probability. And I came up with this whole system. And I showed it to my philosophy professor. And he says, you've just rediscovered symbolic logic. Yeah, I did. But that's because I am man of science. My penis is larger than any other penis in the world. God, I love me. Now, here's the thing. I brought my rheostat. This controls the universe. If I turn this, everything will swivel and it'll get all psychedelic. And I don't want to do that. Now, Honest Discussioner recently talked about simulating universes. And there were clearly some things he hadn't considered. And there was some discussion about this and regarding pizzas. And at my suggestion, and I suggested that you have to keep the pepperoni on the top and that would be a problem because his simulated universe, even though it was an ideal atheist paradise, had no gravity. Well, how do you make a pizza without gravity? And you know, I kind of brought these things up and a number of people came up with some really stupid suggestions. I mean, completely lacking in all knowledge. So let me just tell you how you will do this, okay? Certain issues. The pepperoni won't stick when the cheese is like soft. So what do? Well, it's quite simple. All you do is melt the cheese a little bit and stick the pepperoni on. But you know, there's still a problem because if there's no gravity, the pizza will be floating around the oven. So use a wire mesh instead. You don't even need to stick the pepperoni on there, right? Just a wire mesh on top and bottom, a thin wire mesh. Everything will stick together, won't float away, and that's going to be good. But then the oven won't fucking work because the ovens are based on convection, the bulk movement of fluids as a result of density differences, the buoyant force. You know how that works. You don't? Well, of course you don't. You know, Big Sister once said, this was way, way back. She says, you know, you and I are just going to have a crummy, terrible, horrible life, you know? And that's because we're so fucking intelligent and we have to deal with all these... Yeah! It's true. So, anyway... you just need some blowers in the oven, you know, you use some blowers and that'll kind of imitate convections. But then I brought up another issue and that was sex. Now, the thing is, if it's going to be an ideal, you know, paradise for atheists or anyone else except monks and stuff and nuns, then you're going to need a way to have sex, and it's really hard to do it in 0G. So, of course, there you need a man of science who knows everything who can tell you how to do this. Now, how do you do this? Well, you need a inertial confinement system. You see, the idea is that when you push off in a body, you just keep going if there is 0G. You need gravity to kind of hold you down. And there's also issues about frictional forces on horizontal surface because you have like a normal force pushing up, which is going to allow for friction. And if you don't have that, you're just going to slide all over the place. I mean, you know, so what you do is you take an elastic mesh and you kind of wrap it up into 2 people or 3 or however you want, you know, and invite Julian Assange and all that kind of stuff. Don't you like the way his name sounds? Assange. I don't know. Stop. You see, there's like a solution for everything. Now, I just wanted to say that if you have any questions at all, you know, about science, or about life, philosophy, or the nature of reality, cosmology, quantum mechanics, relativity, or spirituality, psychedelic drugs, or anything like that, don't fucking bother me, you moron.